Hey guys, what's going on? We are checking out Tom MacDonald Declassified today. I think there's 19 songs. We're going to get through them. We're going to do a top 5 on those. We'll at the end we'll discuss them a little bit, and I'll ring a little bell when I like something, and I'll write it down. And at the end we'll discuss the top 5. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Just kind of mixing it, changing it up a little bit. At some point I'm going to have to leave. I got to go to do an Easter egg hunt with my grandkids. So I'm going to watch them, take each other out while they're hunting Easter eggs. And that'll be real fun. I'll come back, probably look a little different, but just continue on. And because this is going to be super long. So it might be split up. That's why I didn't do it live, because I'm going to have to leave, But I was introduced to Tom a couple years ago. Really, really, really liked Tom. Introduced by my wife, my lovely wife. We've had a lot of good conversations because of Tom, and he's just been a blessing to us. And I really like the topics that he's been bringing up lately. A lot of spiritual stuff, and for me, I haven't listened to everything that Tom has done, but the stuff that I've listened to, you could see Tom growing as a person, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you look at him as, through that lens, you can see him growing as a person, and his perspectives have changed and his ideas have changed. And he's always coming up with new and unique perspectives within his songs. And I just really, really like that a lot. The society's definitely given him a lot of material for, making and creating songs, right? Yeah. With the woke mind virus stuff going on, I kind of look at the woke mind virus, if I was to speak metaphorically about the topic, as an ideological pathogen. And it's not incubated in labs, it's incubated in academia. And they, when our children are young and in the elementary side of things, as far as education goes, they are indoctrinated in certain ways. And then when our children become adults and they get into the collegiate atmosphere, sometimes I feel like that age, you're at an age where you want to expand your horizons and expand your mind. And sometimes when you get into these collegiate areas, the academia within, whatever institution that you're in, sometimes they will indoctrinate you with, outlandish, deranged theoretical materials that warp your mind and get you to believing something that's not true. I call that the woke mind virus. And unfortunately, I kind of think it, again, this is metaphorically, I kind of think it hijacks the brain's empathy circuits, right? It's kind of like a, sophisticated computer virus or something like that. It kind of overloads your compassion. Once inside the brain, I think it kind of rewrites the person's perception of life, like the reality of life. You look at words like equality, that means, treating everyone with the same rules. It kind of gets overwritten by the word equity, stacking the deck until every group has the identical outcomes. But the fallacy of equity is, in my opinion, at some point, you say you want everyone to have identical outcomes, you are going to have to oppress, the very thing that they're trying to avoid, what they say they're trying to avoid. You're going to have to oppress somebody to achieve equity. So there's so many, and to do that, you're going to have to implement Marxist, communist, societal rules. That's that is the only way that you can achieve equity, is by implementing Marxist and communist ideals to oppress somebody. Somebody's going to get oppressed. So that's the fallacy of that. It sounds great, but it's, in reality, it is not. The virus, it thrives on extreme selective empathy. It's kind of hyper focused on the unapproved victim. You have to approve the victim. I'll probably get into that, I'm sure. And then you're going to ignore others because they're not, they have to meet a certain criteria, right? So the virus has all of these rules, logic, evidence, individual rights, all those things just kind of go out the window with the woke mind virus. They don't exist. It's kind of a controlling thing. They use empathy to control. If you don't align with them, they use heinous things that we perceive as heinous, topics, like racism, bigotry, Nazis, threats to democracy, all of these types of things. It's a Marxist game plan that they use to control us, right? And then the woke mind virus spreads by empathy. You get into these, you want the attention, so there's like derangement that kind of develops within the brain, and you want to constantly have the attention. So sometimes you kind of get deranged perception of reality, and like that you can become something that you're not. You are a human here, and then maybe you could become like an animal through that derangement. And then it spreads to other people, because there are people in your life, like, I'm just giving an example here, that they have great empathy. And through that empathy, they will justify your derangement because they don't want to hurt you. And then they will have to justify in their own mind the, that too. And so they become woke also with the woke mind virus, because they are, because of empathy. So that's kind of how I look at it. And then, here comes Tom, right? Here comes Tom. And I think to combat the woke mind virus, you need people like Tom in our social atmosphere to, I guess he's giving us a vaccine, right? He's giving us a vaccine, and the vaccine is his music. I kind of always look at it, I kind of chuckle a little bit, like the beats and the music messes up our equilibrium a little bit. And so the derangement that's in the woke mind virus's host kind of gets, whacked out, and then he puts in logical concepts and reasonability and rational, thoughts back into the host, and it kind of makes the woke mind virus dissipate. You know how many times I've seen on the comments where someone will say, man, Tom really helped me. He got me out of this time. He did this, he did that. He got me to break free from this, whatever I was thinking. And you see that stuff all the time with the Tom MacDonald stuff. And so, Tom is an non-FDA approved vaccine with his music, because the FDA wants to control you, but Tom doesn't, right? He wants to break you free. That's just kind of how I look at it. I mean, I don't want to get too far in it, but I got these crazy concepts, but that's kind of how I look at Tom. Like he is, he is a needed thing in our society to help people break free from the control of, like I said, corporations, our government, politics. They control us by empathy. Our empathy, if you look at what is happening with the woke stuff, some of the best people in our society I think empathy is a positive thing, that you can have empathy, but you've heard of things called suicidal empathy, right? So, yeah, I mean, you can have too much empathy. And I think people get that way, and then the woke stuff takes over, and then we need Tom to kind of pull us out of it, right? We'll get into these topics, I'm sure. Don't forget to check out this album and order it. I think he's got it on Spotify and other things. So check it out. Hope you enjoy my discussion and reaction. Here we go. Anti and then equality I've both heard. So we'll just kind of go back to back on these.
They a bunch of Satanists, criminals, murderers, and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. It ain't left and right no more, cause now it's good and evil. They used to call it a conspiracy, but now it's real. We seen the files and the facts, don't care how you feel. They having pizza parties and that means they eating people. This might wake them up, QAnon didn't make it up. Missing kids got flown to Jeffrey's Island by who paid enough. The rich and famous rape the young, eat human flesh, it ain't for fun. It's ancient ritual, sucking adrenochrome from baby's blood. They call us crazy, but they should be behind bars. They call us liars cause they don't want to get charged. They call us conspiracy.
I gotta admit, QAnon, I'm not a real big QAnon guy, but because they've been wrong so many times, it's kind of hard to really trust what they say. But I do kind of see where they're going, but I don't know. I don't know. QAnon maybe kind of, that might be a little stretch for me.
Theorists, but in their hearts, they know all the names they call us ain't as bad as what they are. They are Satanists, criminals, murderers, and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Right. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ.
One thing too, I mean, this is what we're here for, right? There is a lot of rumors about on the anti thing here. Prince Charles, the royal family involved with Epstein, and then Princess Di finding out about it, and then she died. Look into that. I'm not going to get into all that, but everything's allegedly, of course. I just kind of keep that. I'm going to keep saying that because I don't want to get sued or anything, but it's all alleged. Look up that. That's kind of, oh boy, that's a rabbit hole that it will blow your mind. It's all connected.
They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. It ain't a culture war no more, the real fight is started. We've been up against each other, but now we the targets. It's the rappers, it's the actors, the elites in charge. It's kings and queens, they all bowing to the prince of darkness. Things ain't getting better, they run the world with rich investors. The cult came from Egyptian deserts, now they cannibals in Gucci sweaters. Using AI to fuel agendas, control the news, the truth, the weather. Now we're ruled by a group of dudes who are all satanic child molesters. They call us crazy, but they should be behind bars. They call us liars cause they don't want to get charged. They call us conspiracy theorists, but in their hearts they know all the names they call us ain't as bad as what they are. They are Satanists, criminals, murderers, and pedos. We all pray to God.
Yeah, it's the same tactics that I was telling you about in the intro. They call you something that's heinous and bad because it's a deflection thing. Right, you're deflecting. At the beginning, I was talking about the woke mind virus, but it's kind of similar. It's similar in this aspect too, because it's a tactic that's used to deflect. You're deflecting from the woke mind virus, the issues that are going on with the mind, and you're deflecting because you're the one actually doing it. Yeah, it's. All of this stuff is totally connected.
They worshiping the devil, yeah, it's Hollywood. The royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ.
Okay, now we got equality. That was great, man. I like this one too. This is a good one.
I don't care if you black, care if you white, care if you left, care if you right, care if you straight, care if you gay, long as you waving American flags. Don't care about your gender, don't care about your race, don't care about your politics, we're all the same. I don't discriminate or make apologies. Screw everybody, that's
love that piano in the background.
I've been in the ghetto in the burbs, black, white, rich, poor, flip them out a bird. Give a damn, anyone can get to work. Gay, straight, left, right, give them all a turn. I don't see color like you, long as we waving that red, white, and blue. Keep all that weird shit away from the kids. If you're good, then we're good. If you're cool, then we're cool. I'm a white boy who don't got an issue with adversity. I don't got a problem with diversity. I don't care if you street smart or went to university. Everyone the homie till they turn on me. Nerdy, Caucasian, a turban, a Asian, a black man, a trans, a woman, a they, them. I'll never hate you for physical traits, but I'll judge you for all of the ways you behave. I don't care if you black, care if you white, care if you left, care if you right, care if you straight, care if you gay, long as you waving American flags. Don't care about your gender, don't care about your race, don't care about your politics.
Real quick on this. This is a great song. Again, this is all connected, so I'm sure this is going to be a theme, this whole album here. He says, I don't care about your race, your sex, all of these things. He's getting into this equity, equality thing, but it's all kind of connected because, the Ottoman Empire was one of the biggest slave trades ever. I think it was 5-10 million people were traded into slavery. The majority of them were women. Women have been primarily the biggest enslaved entities ever. We like to focus on the color, but the majority of the time, slavery has been about something other than that. There was breeding, inbreeding. Royal people wanted certain types of women, color, hair color, eye color, those types of things. So women have been traded within the slavery department for thousands and thousands of years. You've got the trans-Indian slave trade. You've got the trans-Saharan slave trade. Slave comes from Slav. So, I mean, there's that. And then he's talking about as long as you carry the American flag, Marxists and communists want the American flag to be viewed as evil, but it's really not. The UK and America were the very first countries to abolish slavery. The very first one. I think UK was 1833. But they want people to have the perception, colleges kind of indoctrinate young people within our society to kind of think this way. They want people to have the perception that the America flag represents evil. Right? That's why nationalism has got such a bad rap, because they want you to view the American flag as evil. And they teach that. But the reality is, again, UK and America were the first to abolish slavery. And they focus on black and skin color, but that is really not. They want to associate American flag with black slavery. That's not accurate. Again, America, UK, first to abolish slavery. It's a Marxist. Marxist principles are trying to be pushed into our society, and that's kind of what all this wokeism stuff is about. It's being pushed into our society and indoctrinate. Our children are being indoctrinated and confused with false information because, they don't want to talk about what reality and what real history is. It's got to be about something other than facts.
politics, we're all the same. I don't discriminate or make apologies. Screw everybody, that's equality. I've been pissing everybody off. Republicans and liberals, yeah, everybody soft. I don't care what side you been on. Conservative or Democrat, motherfuck them all. I don't divide up his sides. Long as you waving the stars and the stripes. Long as you promise that you'll ride or die. Could be black, could be white. If you down, you alright. I'm a white boy, I don't got a problem with the imagery. Better view, I like them more than citizens. As long as they ain't criminals or ignorant, I give them all the benefit. Let them in and kick it if they innocent. Nerdy, Caucasian, a turban, a Asian, a black man, a trans, a woman, a they, them. I'll never hate you for physical traits, but I'll judge you for all of the ways you behave. I don't care if you black, care if you white, care if you left, care if you right, care if you straight, care if you gay. Long as you waving American flags. Don't care about your gender, don't care about your race, don't care about your politics, we're all the same. I don't discriminate or make apologies. Screw everybody, that's equality. I don't care if you dead, broke, or you rich. I don't care about the pigment in your skin.
Right.
I don't care if you in a church or a mosque.
He knows.
It's all good, it's all love till it's not. I don't care if you black, care if you white, care if you left, care if you right, care if you straight, care if you gay. Long as you waving American flags. Don't care about your gender, don't care about your race, don't care about your politics, we're all the same. I don't discriminate or make apologies. Screw everybody, that's equality.
That was great. Again, it's about making the American flag evil. You know, association with slavery, with the American flag, to inequality, to equity, and all of these things. They want to, the ultimate goal is to make the American flag seem like it's the most evil thing that's ever existed on the face of the earth. When in fact, you know, we with the UK abolished slavery. We were the first ones to abolish slavery. But we don't talk about that, right? And then women being sex trafficking is still going on today, but it's primarily done with children, because the freaks got to kind of do, it's a progression when you get into these sexual deviancy types things. It starts out one way, but then it's like a progressive thing, getting into more and more deviancy until ultimately you're in the sex trafficking of children. Yeah. Okay. Next one we got here is White Boys Don't Dance. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me. I'm having a good time so far. Got those two out of the way. I've heard them before, so now we are in the fresh stuff. So when this bell rings, this is going on the top 5. Well, I might have to kind of manipulate some things, but when that bell rings, you know I'm loving it. So here we go. White Boys Don't Dance.
We could make a Ford look foreign, sink a Chevy in the mud when we 4x4 and pour the whiskey in a cup, pour a 40 for the homies. Listen up, though, this really is important. White boys don't dance. White boys don't dance. White boys
That's
don't
not
dance.
true.
White boys don't dance. White boys don't dance. White boys don't dance. We can make a Ford look foreign, sink a Chevy in the mud when we 4x4 and pour the whiskey in a cup, pour a 40 for the homies. Listen up, though, this really is important. White boys don't dance. White boys don't dance.
I don't think I've told you guys this. I think I have at another reaction, maybe to another artist, but white boys do dance. I grew up in the 80s. I was pretty good at breakdancing in the 80s. And then, I kind of got away from that a little bit. And then before COVID, my wife and I got into ballroom dancing, believe it or not. And so, silver here. Yeah, I'm a ballroom dancer. My wife and I can cut a rug, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I shouldn't have told you that, but here we go. We do ballroom dancing. We're pretty good too. We can wow them.
For the homies, listen up, though. This really is important. White boys don't dance. 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 But we can put rims Shooters on a Buick, fly flag from the roof of the unit. Set a target up and shoot it. Got tobacco if you chew it. If you really wanna do it, we can do it. Let's do it. Listen in the country music on the dirt road. Party in our work clothes. Buddy got a farm. We can put you where the worms go. Closet full of camouflage, carpet full of burn holes. Hunting for a bear to make a fur coat. Baby, I'm a white boy. Dressing up means putting on a nice pair of jeans. Yeah, baby, I'm a white boy. Been drinking at the fire pit since we was 17. Baby, I'm a white boy. We can do it all. I can show you what I mean. I can take you to the mall. We can run from the police. We can head out to the woods, or we can keep it in the streets. But white boys don't dance. We can make a Ford look foreign, take a Chevy in the mud. When we 4x4, pour the whiskey in a cup, pour a 40 for the homies. Listen up, though, this really is important. White boys don't dance. 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 But we can drop the roof with a switch, run the city, and then get back to the sticks. We can rip, we can take the Lamborghini out and whip it down the strip. Get the Silverado, we can pull your homie out of ditch. We can get the sip of moonshine, smoking, we get too high. Flannel shirts and steel toes, with jewelry and suit and ties. Everybody do or die, we ain't playing truth or lie. Homie, that's the difference between you and I. Baby, I'm a white boy. Dressing up means putting on a nice pair of jeans. Yeah, baby, I'm a white boy. Been drinking at the fire pit since we was 17. Baby, I'm a white boy. We can do it all. I can show you what I mean. I can take you to the mall. We can run from the police. We can head out to the woods, or we can keep it in the streets. But white boys don't dance. We can make a Ford look foreign, take a Chevy in the mud. When we 4x4, pour the whiskey in a cup, pour a 40 for the homies. Listen up, though, this really is important. White boys don't dance. 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 White boys don't dance.
Well, hold on here. Hold on before we get to the next one. Oh, Bite My Tongue is the next one. But before we get on to that, yeah, that was kind of, that's kind of one of those bonfire songs that you play out in the sticks when you're sitting at a bonfire in the middle of the night drinking beer around that. Little bit of humor and a lot of stereotypical things for rednecks. I do have my redneck, even though I ballroom dance, I do have my redneck tendencies, right? I tote my fire. I like my firearms. And we like to go out shooting every once in a while. And, for practice purposes, of course. But, but I ballroom dance at the same time. So I bet you didn't know that about me if you haven't been following me for too long. But my wife and I are really good ballroom dancers. Yeah. When we go on vacation, that's a little secret. When we go on vacation, yeah, we went to Mexico about a month ago. Man, we was blowing them away. We was blowing them away. The ballroom dancing's pretty fresh. I'm an old person, I think it is, at least. If you do it right, you can really, really wow the crowd. But yeah, it's just, the whole thesis is, white boys have their own way of having a good time and they're not changing it. Right. So, I really like that. He always, that was just kind of a fun one. That was kind of a fun one. Not going to ring the bell on that one, but it definitely was a fun one. I really enjoyed that one. That one might go on my playlist just for the fun factor. All right, here we go. Bite My Tongue. Bite My Tongue.
That's how much I give a fuck.
Oh my god.
But I got time today. Everyone who hated can finally see what I've become. The biggest independent artist rapping in America. So now when they talking shit, I really have to bite my tongue. Cause mentioning their names will make them famous and that's what they want. I can't do no features to say who my favorite rappers are. Cause chances are those rappers were actually talking trash before. How am I supposed to act like a man when I cannot respond? Laugh it off and let them think I'm pussy, I don't have the balls. It's awful, dude. We probably could've even made a song or two. But since you talking shit, I can never even acknowledge you. Do a joint with me and that record would change your life. But you lost that opportunity by hating on hype. You shit talk the big dogs, we privately hear it. But we publicly ignore y'all, it's not cause we fear it. It's cause there's nothing else to gain when you've already made it. Chasing clout while we already famous, bitch.
It's true.
I don't fuck with people who fuck with people who don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with people who fuck fuck with people who don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with people who fuck with people who don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with people.
That's creative, man.
They talk trash, I won't pop back, cause they want that. Type in all caps and it's all cap, fall back. I get called whack, no response track. With the bong back, suck my ball sack, probably want that. Ew. Nobody who hated's on the Billboard charts. They ain't making millions of dollars for merch in a month. They want to beef on the internet, I bite my tongue. Yo, while you're online, go check my network, punk. Your names are never leaving my mouth, I ain't liking photos. Go ahead and diss me, you ain't the homie, you are
right. He's not going to lower himself. He's not going to get into a back and forth. I get that about Tom. He doesn't want to get into a back and forth because when he does that, he makes them money. So he knows the system. He knows how everything works. He doesn't want to get in this back and forth. I love the flow is very, very technical. And I like how he does that. In that with whispering, the rapid in spots, real punchy bars. Yeah. Yeah, he's good, man. I love his little independent she's talking here. You know what I'm saying? All right, going back.
You local rappers jealous that your boy is going global. I ain't never gonna respond. My acknowledgement is promo. Everyone who hated is desperately trying to get appeal. Claim they're independent, but they dying for a record deal. I will bite my tongue until my mouth is full of blood and chill. I will not say nothing cause my mama told me keep it real. You don't get it, the disses do not excite me. I won't even strike even though I'm white lightning. Schoolyard bullies trying to pick a fight with Tyson, and I ain't validating anyone with what I'm writing. I don't fuck with people who fuck with people who don't fuck with me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't fuck with people who don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with people who fuck with people who don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with people who fuck with people who don't fuck with me. Let them talk trash, I won't pop back, cause they want that. Type in all caps and it's all cap, fall back. I get called whack, no response track. With the bong back, suck my ball sack, probably want that. Ew. Hey, give me all the hate. You know how it go online, ain't nobody safe. Like, hey, see me face to face, probably want an autograph and brag about it for days. Like, hey, biting my tongue, you want your 50 minutes, boy, but I ain't the one. Like, hey, we don't get along, but I ain't making you famous saying your name in the song.
Right.
Top trash, I won't pop back, cause they want that. Type in all caps and it's all cap, fall back. I get called whack, no response track. With the bong back, suck my ball sack, probably want that. Ew.
Okay. You know what? Hold on before we go. I'm going to write that one down. Not ringing the bell on that one, but I'm definitely going to write it down. We might have to come back and reassess that one. Bite my tongue. Yeah, that one, I like the technical part, the technical stuff in that one. That one was really good. All right, we're checking out Satanic Rappers on this one. What are we on here? 5 of 19. We better get going.
I swear these artists worship the devil. You see the symbols in their videos, it's not accidental. They sold their souls to be famous, it's not a debt they can settle. Just check the lyrics, you can hear it on every instrumental. These award shows aren't about the music or visuals. They're designed to be identical to satanic rituals. You buy tickets to concerts, you're not aware they're performing. Black mass and the fans are part of the ceremony. The industry been infected, Illuminati agendas. Communicate with the youth using messages in our records. It's all black magic. Wanna hear the devil? Play the track backwards. This is facts, witchcraft in our rap albums. Celebrities have clearly been cursed. Research the conspiracy first. It's so obvious they're taunting us with Lil Uzi Vert. Say it slow, sound it out. Lil Lucifer. There's devils around me. Ghosts on they mantles. I walk through the valley. They follow in shadows. Nothing can scare me if I get buried. Angels will pick up the torch that I carry. They cannot have me. I'd rather see gallows. Look at the logos of major labels, they all been designed to imitate pentagrams or the all-seeing eye. And their artists are constantly killed and losing their lives. You know that sacrificing people's how.
You know I love this stuff. You know I love this stuff. You know, this is my little secret favorite song of Tom's forever. Not this one. But They're Trying to Kill Me, the one where he's at the piano. You kind of know where I'm at. I don't want to go too back because they got so many songs to listen
losing their lives. You know that sacrificing people's how the devil survives. They say that music can heal you, but the rhymes are like cancer. Carve one eye, make a triangle.
Right.
It's satanic sign language.
The
label
rhymes are
executives
designed
practice
to-
Satan's religion, and every album gets blessed because it's a sacred tradition. There's a spirit in the lyrics. The song has a hidden meaning. Make the crowd sing all the words, and they can summon a demon. And you don't want to believe that your favorite artist is evil, but he.
That's deep, dude. What's that guy that did that? I can't remember one of the guys that was having a concert. You guys will probably know. Put this down below. I want to say Travis is his first name, but people were like passing out, and I think he had someone die in the crowd. But a lot of people were theorizing that there was a free. It was a combination of the lyrics, the demonic lyrics that he was speaking, and the frequency of the music itself put people into this forensic state, and they were literally passing out and collapsing on the floor. I want to say his first name was Travis. It's been a while, but if you guys know, please put that down below. I'd really appreciate that, just so I can kind of go back and refresh my mind a little bit on that. But that could be legit.
He was young once too, and fame was something he needed. He sold his soul for $1. The label had what he wanted. They used his songs for their sermons. They make him look like a prophet. And there's always two sides. Where there's hell, there's a heaven. And music can be beautiful or have an agenda. There's devils around me. Clouds on their mantles. I walk through the valley. They follow in shadows. Nothing can scare me if I get buried. Angels will pick up the torch that I carry. They cannot have me. I'd rather see gallows. Dear God, give me your strength and give me your wisdom. Hold the demons back and keep the devil at a distance. It's been a while since I was in a church or been a Christian, but I'm praying all the time, and I know that you still listen.
Right.
The industry is evil. Satan infiltrates the business. These artists think it's cool. Please forgive them. They know not what they're doing to the fans that they're convincing. Let
like
my
that.
music be the exorcism. There's devils around me. Clouds on their mantles.
That's kind of, again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying at the introduction. Tom is the vaccine. He's saying, let my music be the exorcism. You know, we've got a little theme going here. I kind of am, I'm digging it. I'm digging it real hard. But I haven't rang that bell yet, but we've got 13 to go. That was nice. Next one is Still the One. Still the One. Here we go.
Dear anyone who said I'm just a gimmick, every rapper who attacked me cause I made it and they didn't. Dear every fan who turned their back and said they wouldn't listen, every record label that got mad because I'm independent. Dear every single person who my music has affected or offended, every conspiracy theorist who said I worship the devil. Dear people trying to cancel me because I am successful, here's the secret I've been keeping, hope it's helpful. I am still the one. Nobody reckon it. I'm God above it. Someone try to threaten it. I'll kill them all and then I'll burn the evidence. Either that or I'll just do the sentences. Everybody aim for the top. Everybody want what you got. Everybody talk. Everybody say they the one, but they ain't cause it's me and they not. Still write the words that I speak. Still make like all of my beats. Still keep it real with my peeps. Still just my girlfriend and me. 26 number ones on Billboard. I ain't even put the plaques up. 1 million independent rappers out there, not a single one of them stacks up. You can threaten my life. You can call me a loser in your magazine. You can block me online. You can change up the channel on your TV screen.
Oh my goodness.
At the end of the day, you know I'm still the one who's in your magazine. While you're falling asleep, you know I'm still the one that's on your TV screen. Dear every everyone who said I'd never make it, every manager and publicist, the critics and the agents, dear every single hater who's convinced that I'm a homophobic racist, and every magazine that's tried to hurt me with their pages, dear artists dropping disses cause they're dying to be famous, dear everyone who knows me and anyone who's a stranger, dear every human being of all races, weights and ages, there's a secret I've been keeping, I'll explain it.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody reckon it, I'm still the one, I don't care who second is. Bunch of artists who've been doing excellent, I don't care, I perfected it. Everybody wanna get a piece, everybody wants your dream. Everybody says they the one, but they ain't cause they can't be the one because they ain't me. Still make the music I want, still say the things that they won't. Still ain't controlled by no one, still do it all on my own. I'm the most important rapper since Pac and Marshall Mathers. These other guys, everyone combined, they ain't worth one of my masters. You can threaten my life, call me a loser in your magazine. You can block me online, you can change up the channel on your TV screen. At the end of the day, you know I'm still the one who's in your magazine. While you're falling asleep, you know I'm still the one that's on your TV screen. 4 years since I blew up, 4 years since this begun. Still never gave a fuck, they know I'm still the one. 4 years since I was nothing, just look what I become. Still got both fingers up, they know I'm still the one. All the rumors and the gossip and the losers, all they want is to cause shit about my future. Like a rocket, kamikaze in a cockpit, blast off from the top, I will not quit. I'll chill when I'm done, till then I'll just kill it for fun. I could have been retired 2 years ago, but I am still the one. You can threaten my life, you can call me a loser in your magazine.
This is fire, man.
Me online, you can change up the channel on your TV screen. At the end of the day, you know I'm still the one who's in your magazine. While you're falling asleep, you know I'm still the one that's on your TV screen.
Oh my gosh. We're going to pause it just for a moment. I'm not going to get into this, talking about it just yet. I did ring the bell, so that's going to be one of my top fives. I don't know where I'm going to place it yet because I haven't heard the rest. But that was excellent. We will talk about it later when I get into the top five, you know, why I like it and why I don't. So you're going to have to wait on that one. The next one is Average Boy. You know, the title is kind of, man, look at how many did I got here? That was 6 out of 19. Man, I really like that one. That was one of my favorites that he's done in a while. Still the one. What do you got? Do you guys like that one? Put it down below. That was nice, man. I liked just the flow was really nice, and it was just, I don't want to get into it too much. We'll talk about it later. It is in my top five, so we're going to. Oh man, some of these titles just look really interesting. Anyways, the next one is called Average Boy. Here we go.
I can only be who I am, I don't fake this shit. I was made like this. Middle fingers up on both of my hands and they stay like this, to the grave like this. So I am not the dude from your YouTube feed who be cool to me. I'm a human being, you gon' lose your teeth. If you're rude, you'll see you're confusing me with computer screens. I ain't gonna try to act cool if they dumb. I ain't gonna speak any different if they young. I ain't gonna be the bigger man, throw a punch, put it on the internet, I don't give a fuck. Baby, I'm a rock star, I know. I am just a kid with mom phones, turn into a dick at a Costco, beat a dude's ass for the wrong joke. I have so many faces, I tell me you don't see. Not some viral sensation, fuck a celebrity. Cause honestly I'm dangerous, not someone you should meet. Ain't perfect cause I'm famous, that shit is ruining me. I'm an average boy.
Hold on a second. Yeah, he said he's kind of the middle finger kind of represents metaphorically it's probably the posture of rebellion, and his default setting doesn't change for the trends, right? He doesn't change his hate, the hate or success, to the grave, he says, to the grave. And then the other thing I really kind of like is he kind of takes a dig at the digital illusion that's going on. The media expectations, like he's real. He has real emotions. He's not an NPC. I really, this isn't my favorite so far, but I'm really digging what he's saying in here. He's really just kind of speaking his mind. Be real, even if it's average, right? You don't have to be something extraordinary all of the time, right? Yeah. I like this. This is real nice.
Be who I'm not, I am not that dude. I got real bad moves. I am not some bubblegum pop, got an attitude and some face tattoos. I am not the guy from the song you like. This is my real life. I am not that nice. I got toxic pride, not afraid to die. I don't talk, I fight. This is not online. I ain't gonna wear a fake smile for the pic. I ain't gonna lie on a song to make a hit. I ain't gonna stay calm, boy, I'm gonna trip. Put it on the internet, I don't give a shit. Baby, I'm a rock star, I know. Real nice guy on your iPhone. Turn into a jerk, go psycho. Back into the man you guys know. I have so many faces. I tell me you don't see. Not some viral sensation. Fuck a celebrity. Cause honestly, I'm dangerous.
He has many faces, but they're all real. They're not fake faces. Like he's saying, I have a lot of different type of faces, but I'm the realest dude you'll ever see, right? And I'm kind of like that too. I have a connection with that. I kind of have, I have lots of different sides to me, and I can dig that, man. I can really respect that, what he's saying here. He's not fake, and he's just elaborating on that I am not fake, and even though you see different sides to me, I'm real. I can dig that. I can really dig that.
It's not someone you should meet. Ain't perfect cause I'm famous. That shit is ruining me. I'm an average boy. I'm an average boy. I am what I am, not who people hoped I'd be. Don't be mad, that's the reason why y'all notice me. I am what I am, not who people thought I was. Don't be mad, that's the reason why y'all fell in love. I wish I could be everything they want, but I've been down that road, and that will only lead you to think that I'm perfect in control. I wish I could be everything I'm not. I'm still trying to grow. But that just isn't me. I am only Tom. I came just
right. He's saying that he's real, but he's trying to grow. I mean, he's trying to grow. Man.
As I'll go, I'm an average boy. I'm an average boy.
Man, that was really good. That wasn't my favorite one yet, but I really, really liked that a lot. Just the way he was talking about himself really kind of made me feel more comfortable with him. Initially, I wasn't too sure about Tom's hooks, but I'm really liking his hooks now. Maybe he's just growing on me. I don't know. But he's really got some good hooks. And I like how in a lot of his hooks, he'll have a certain cadence going, and then he'll just change everything up in the hook and then come back right into that cadence. I like it a lot. The next one is hatred. I have a feeling I'm going to like this one. We'll see. The bell is within reach. The bell is within reach. Okay, here we go. Hatred. Good.
Somebody gon' hate you, someone thinks you trash. They'll hate you cause you're white, or they'll hate you cause you're black. Some people gon' hate on you for nothing, that's a fact. They gon' hate you just because, they gon' hate you cause they can. Somebody somewhere hates you, somewhere somebody's mad. Somebody hates the police and the police hate them back. The students hate the teachers and the teachers hate the class. And half of America hates American flags. It's a war, we're fighting every day. They hate you cause you're poor or your skin is certain shade. They hate you cause you're different and they angry, they the same. They hate you cause they're scared to death and you are not afraid.
Wow.
Go ahead and hate me, I don't give a what. Swear to God lately the whole world sucks. Everybody gone crazy, everybody nuts. But we hate them more than they hate us. Go ahead and hate me for the person that I'm not, what you saying ain't true. You let them make you hate me. And they told me that you're wrong, now I hate you too. H-A-T-E. Keep the money in the banks and the soldiers overseas. H-A-T-E. It ain't us against them when it's you against me. Somebody
Almost ringing the bell on this one. This is a good one. He's saying that hatred is like a magic word. It's kind of like a virus that personalizes collective rage. It fuels self-sabotage. It makes us call out people like our neighbors. Like it personalizes the battlefield, right? Like you're calling out your neighbor, you're calling out the guy in the coffee shop, the police officer that pulls you over. You know, hate. And in the end, I think of what he's saying that is that by hating everybody, and I don't, you know, he hasn't went into this yet. He might, I don't know. But I think what he's saying, there's so much hate. Everyone is so divisive and divided that we all have created our own personal hell. And we have like a self-loathing. And in the end, we are literally hating ourselves the most. That's what I feel like he's saying. What do you think? Down below.
Somebody gon' hate you, someone thinks you fake. They'll hate you cause you're gay, or they'll hate you cause you're straight. Some people gon' hate on you cause they in so much pain. They have to tear you down to make themselves feel adequate
That's
again.
true.
Somebody somewhere hates you, somewhere somebody's mad. People either hate Republicans or hate the Democrats. They'll hate cause you're a woman, or they'll hate cause you're a man. Or they'll hate because you feel a way that they don't understand. It's a war, we're fighting every day. They hate you cause you're dumb, or you're Christian and you pray. They hate you cause you're ugly, or you're sorta overweight. They hate you cause you don't agree with everything they say.
Wow.
Go ahead and hate me, I don't give a what. Swear to God lately the whole world sucks. Everybody gone crazy, everybody nuts.
He's not wrong on this. He's totally not wrong on this. You should see some of the messages I get. I have to delete some of them. Some of them are just nasty as all get out. People be saying things and they don't say it in a way to where they're going to get kicked off YouTube, but I know exactly what they're saying. And it's just nasty. People are nasty, man. The hate and vitriol that's just spewed everywhere. And sometimes I blame social media because people hide behind a keyboard. You would never say that stuff to someone to their face. Never. I mean, some of the stuff they say is fighting words, you know. You punk ass or whatever, and they'll call you out and they'll spit on your family and everything like that. You said that to someone in public, they would just beat you down. But they're cowards is what they are. They're cowards. And in the end, it just creates self-loathing and they hate themselves the most. And I look at people like that, and sometimes I do get a little uptight about it, but most of the time, I'd probably say 95% of the time with me, I just think you're pathetic, and I think you are a self-hating, sad person. And it's just really gross. Man, Tom really nailed it on this one. I'm almost ringing the bell on this one, man. This is pretty close.
Give a what? Swear to God lately the whole world sucks. Everybody gone crazy, everybody nuts. But we hate them
The mind
more than
virus.
they hate us.
The mind virus.
For the person that I'm not, what you saying ain't true. You let them make you hate me. And they told me that you're wrong, now I hate you too. H-A-T-E. Keeps the money in the banks and the soldiers overseas. H-A-T-E. It ain't us against them when it's you against me. It's a plan, we living in hell. They make us hate each other or they make us hate ourselves. Riot in the street, people scream for help.
That's what I was saying. That is what he's speaking about. We created our own living hell. We were living in that. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Did you run deep? We just burn it to the ground. It's all part of the plan. Why can't you tell? The world that's in your hands ain't doing well. The problem isn't man all by himself. But we don't stand a chance, so we rebel. Go ahead and hate me. For the person that I'm not, what you saying ain't true. You let them make you hate me. And they told me that you're wrong, now I hate you too.
Right.
H-A-T-E. Keeps the money in the banks and the soldiers overseas. H-A-T-E. It ain't us against them when it's you against me.
That one was dope. I didn't ring the bell, but I'm gonna write that down. That might have to be a little backup on here. I like that a lot. This is called Burnt Flags.
Everywhere I look, I see a riot in the street. I see a crackhead out his mind. I see the military and police. I see a protester with a sign. I see a veteran trying to eat. I see a cop car set on fire. I see a liberal yell and scream. I see a little bit of freedom die. I see the smoke in the sky and the hate in the eyes of America. I see the television trying to justify another woke war. Man, it's terrible. They call them left. I call them commies. I think we right. They call us Nazis. I see a civil war already coming. People gonna fight till they send in the army. They looting the corner stores and booting in boarded doors. And nobody goes to court. They burning American flags and taking over. They want your support. I see whack jobs wanna see the flag up in flames. Next time you wanna burn one, take your mask off, show your face. You ain't scaring anybody, burn another flag, dog. We ain't worried when you start a fire in the street. If you really wanna burn another one, try mine, dog. Come in the yard and you ain't gonna get to leave. Everywhere I look, there's angry people in the crowd. I see the woke mob doing crime. I see the blood spill on the ground. I see it going viral online. I see the cops trying to shut it down. I see it getting worse all the time. I see the liberals getting loud. I see a little bit of freedom die. I see the smoke and the fire. They trying to terrify Americans. I see the liberals turn into communists. Then all the communists turn into terrorists. They think we nuts. We think they worse. They think we mean. We don't get hurt. I see a civil war already coming cause there ain't enough room on the earth. They looting the corner stores and booting in boarded doors and nobody goes.
Hold on. I'm going to go back. That's what I was saying. Hold on here. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I said this earlier. They want you to hate the flag. They want you to create this falsehood that the United States flag is evil. I love this one. I love this one.
To court, they burning American flags and taking over. They want your support. I see whack jobs want to see the flag up in flames.
I love that little transition.
Next time you want to burn one,
dirty,
take your mask
man.
off, show your face. You ain't scaring anybody, burn another flag, dog. We ain't worried when you start a fire in the street. If you really want to burn another one, try mine, dog. Come in the yard and you ain't gonna get to leave. If you really wanna burn another one, do it one-on-one with no mask on. If you really, really hate America, you can pack up, you can leave. If you really wanna burn another one, get another flag to pour gas on. But you'll die for the flag like a veteran if you lighten it.
Let's go, brother. Let's go.
You ain't scaring anybody, burn another flag, dog. We ain't worried when you start a fire in the street. If you really wanna burn another one, try mine, dog. Come in the yard and you ain't gonna get to leave.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite so far. Oh my goodness. Sweetie, huh?
Boy, if I diss you, that's a promo. Boy, if I diss you, that's a promo. Homie, that's a freebie. I do my thing solo. It's so clear you need me. You gon' want a photo. One day when you meet me, you think that you hard, but we know that you a sweetie. Who needs friends when you got ops? It say Rolex on the watch. It say Lambo on the seat. Ain't nowhere to put my pop. Hey. Living in their head, I got a lease. They wanna beef, ain't saying anybody's name without a couple million lease. I don't pay attention unless they pay for my attention. Dog, I'm independent. Get every penny, I'm a legend. They don't hate me, they just tryna pay their bills and all that. They say my name and then they probably get some clicks on that track. Being the guy is not a team sport. Ain't gonna beef, I got it. I'll go ahead and tell me what would we even compete for. The kettle hot and I got chamomile and cream for it. Really wanna let the tea pour. But if I diss you, that's a promo. Homie, that's a freebie.
Right, it helps me. I'm giving you a freebie, right? You know what would be, this would be the, I kind of envy Tom in this way. He gets the ultimate vengeance on a lot of these people that just trash him. He hears them trashing him. He writes a song about them trashing him. Then he makes money off them trashing him. That's the ultimate revenge. That's just crazy, man. You start thinking about that. He has just really got it going on with all of that. And then not only that, the hatred and the vitriol that people show to him strengthens him. It makes him more powerful. You know, what's that line Obi-Wan Kenobi says in Star Wars? You strike me down, I become more powerful than you possibly can imagine. That's Tom. He uses their hatred and their desire to destroy him to become stronger. Sweetie.
I do my thing solo. It's so clear you need me. You gon' want a photo. One day when you meet me, you think that you hard, but we know you a sweetie. 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 You the sweetest. No one's sweeter. Boy, you sweet. Boy, you sweet. You a sweetie. You a sweetie. You a sweetie. You a sweetie. You the sweetest. No one's sweeter. Boy, you sweet. Who needs love when you get hate? Think it hurts, but I feel great. They take shots, but they can't aim. Big ass smile on my face. Hey. Living in their head without a mortgage. I ignore them. If I say they name, then they become important. That's so boring. I don't got the focus. Too irrelevant to notice. I got Billboard #1, stepping signed by the POTUS. They don't hate me, they just trying to get some clout I don't need. Like, who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Then tell me, why is it me? Being the guy is not a team sport. Ain't gonna beef, I got it. I'll go ahead and tell me, what would we even compete for? The kettle hot and I got chamomile and cream for it. Really wanna let the tea pour. But if I diss you, that's a promo. Homie, that's a freebie. I do my thing solo. It's so clear you need me. You gon' want a photo. One day when you meet me,
and they do that too.
You hard, but we know you a sweetie. 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 You the sweetest. No one's sweeter.
That's
boy,
cold,
you sweet.
man.
Boy, you sweet. You a sweetie. You a sweetie. You a sweetie. You a sweetie. You the sweetest. No one's sweeter. Boy, you sweet. Boy, you sweet.
That was great. That was a great one. This one's Worthless. I like that Sweetie one. That was nice. All of them have been really, really good so far. Some of them, a couple of them really exceptional.
The world is such a scary place. Everyone who has a problem blames another race.
True.
They're gonna take the guns away, and then we won't have nothing else to keep us safe. I'm hoping that we'll be okay, floating through this open space. God ain't cool no more, the science says he's fake, so no one prays. People aren't as woke as they claim. They think they're free, but they're still wrapped up in chains. Everything's racist, everything's gay. The world is obsessed with everything we hate, and everyone's canceled, and anything we say just becomes...
This is what I was saying. This is what I was saying at the beginning about the woke mind virus. Sometimes I really do feel a kinship with Tom sometimes. You know, hearing these flurry of songs like this in, consecutive order like this, I get a greater sense of who Tom is a little bit. And I feel closer to him now listening to these, what is it, 10, 11 in a row. Yeah, I really do. It makes me feel good because he thinks a lot like me, and I could see where the Hangover Gang, you get this connection with Tom, and you ride with him, ride or die type of thing, because he's speaking facts, man. There's a lot of us that feel this way. There's a lot of people that feel this way. Most people aren't like extreme left or right. Most people are in the center. Most people are. They just make it sound like people are extreme left or right because they want the division, Love Tom.
Comes ammo to shoot us in the brain.
This is a great song.
When it all burns down and there's nothing else allowed, cause they canceled everything that wasn't perfect. They won't miss when it was loud. They'll regret when they were proud, cause they tried to make it better, now it's worthless. The world is going so insane. We fight against the fire with an open flame. The boys and girls are not the same.
That's
Something
hard,
happened
man.
and it screwed them up along
Fight
the
the
way.
fire with the open flame.
I'm hoping we can make a change. Broken homes can be remade. Broken bones and broken hearts can heal till they're...
He's saying you fight the fire with the open flame, meaning that you're not really fighting the fire, you're inflaming it even more. You're not putting the fire out, you're making the fire bigger. That's hard. That's super hard. I'm going back.
Change, broken homes can be remade. Broken bones and broken hearts can heal till they're whole again. People aren't alone as they think. We're divided by the forces that are promoting hate.
Dude, I feel like he's reading my
Racist,
mind.
Everything's gay. The world is obsessed with everything we hate.
He's reading my
and
mind.
Everyone's canceled, and anything we say just becomes ammo to shoot us in the brain. When it all burns down and there's nothing else allowed, cause they canceled everything that wasn't perfect.
Wow.
They won't miss when it was loud. They'll regret when they were proud, cause they tried to make it better, now it's worthless. Take a baseball bat to the TV. Take a baseball bat to their head.
Well, hold on. They said they try to make it better, now it's worthless. Well, the problem was people got corrupted. It's just like California. What did they get? How many billions of dollars did they waste because they wanted to give it to the homeless people? But they didn't really give it to the homeless people because they got corrupted and they started pocketing this money and giving it to other, pet projects or whatever. I don't know what NGOs or whatever was going on with that money, but the money never made it to the homeless people. Look at New York. New York, I read a story the other day. The average homeless person doesn't make money, but they estimate that the average homeless person receives $81,000 in benefits, and that is more than the average take-home pay or the average pay, median pay for a citizen that lives in New York. So the homeless people are technically making more money than the person that is working. But they don't receive the $81,000 because the $81,000 goes to in the pocket, in the politicians. It's worthless. It's corrupted. Everything is corrupted. Yeah. It's corrupted. We have to change.
Take a baseball bat to their
Yeah,
head.
that's what he's saying.
If they cancel
We gotta
that,
destroy it.
then it's easy to put some bricks in our hands instead.
Bro, I feel like it's creeping me out. I feel like he's reading my mind right now. It's creeping me out. Do you guys feel like that sometimes with Tom? Because, dude, I do. It creeps me out. He's like, it's like, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Take a baseball bat to the TV. Take a baseball
That's the
bat
only way
to
we
the
can
head.
fix it. Is
If
destroy
they
it.
cancel that, then it's easy.
Wow.
We'll use bricks and our fists, and they'll wish that they were dead. When it all burns down and there's nothing else allowed, cause they canceled everything that wasn't perfect. They won't miss when it was loud. They'll regret when they were proud, cause they tried to make it better, now it's worthless. When it all burns down and there's nothing else allowed, cause they canceled everything that wasn't perfect.
Wow.
They won't miss when it was loud. They'll regret when they were proud, cause they tried to make
Okay, we got Underdogs. A slow one here.
They tried to tell us that we'd never matter. We weren't meant for much of anything at all. They made us feel like we were disadvantaged. Told to watch our language anytime we talked. We got pushed around until we're hard to manage. Told to learn some manners and to grow some balls. They probably thought that we were way too damaged to be champions. We're the underdogs. We're the ones who the world don't like. Fought with the system like our whole lives. Never fit in with them, middle fingers flipping. Should have been in prison, 25 to life. We're the ones in the dark with the light. Always been the rebels who are down for the fight. The kids who didn't listen, built a little different. Been the opposition, trying to do us right. We're the ones who were picked on, doing kick flips, getting lip rings, ripped jeans and a lip balm. Renegades like a wrench in the system. Misfits and we pissed off. Yeah, we've been warned since we were born that we would fail if we didn't conform. But we stayed ourselves and we gave them hell. And the underdogs won the war. We weren't the cool kids, whatever, screw y'all forever, y'all were wrong. So we're losers, whatever, you will remember underdogs. And we might be losers, but losers can win. They might have more shooters, but it's us versus them, and we're the underdogs.
Wow, I really like this.
They tried to tell us we weren't good enough to be the leaders they said we would fall. They did their best to try and tear us down and make our generation feel small. We got beaten up, they dragged us through the mud like we the garbage that nobody wants. They probably thought that we would never win, but they were wrong. We the underdogs. We're the ones that the whole world hates. Fight for the people till both arms break. Screw the politicians and the cops' permission. We can't do what's righteous if the laws don't break. We're the lone wolves, ain't no cage. Won't go home till hell's being raised. Screw the institutions, we the revolution. Got an attitude and got a world to save. We're the ones who were laughed at. Had a backwards hat, Mad magazine crammed in a backpack. Smoke weed 14 playing Pac-Man. Now we actually...
Bro. It's a little slower one, but I really am enjoying this one tremendously. Borderline Bell. I know it's not hard, but it's...
Batman. Yeah, we've been warned since we were born that we would fail if we didn't conform. But we stayed ourselves and we gave them hell. And the underdogs won the war. We weren't the cool kids, whatever, screw y'all forever, y'all were wrong. So we're losers, whatever, you will remember underdogs. And we might be losers, but losers can win. They might have more shooters, but it's us versus them, and we're the underdogs.
So relatable.
We're the underdogs. We weren't the cool kids, too busy losing. Up against the odds again. We'll be the revolution and rise out the ruin. The underdogs will win. We weren't the cool kids, too busy losing. Up against the odds again. We'll be the revolution and rise out the ruin. And the underdogs will win. We weren't the cool kids, whatever, screw y'all forever, y'all were wrong. So we're losers, whatever, you will remember underdogs. And we might be losers, but losers can win. They might have more shooters, but it's us versus them, and we're the underdogs. We're the underdogs.
Man, I really enjoyed that one. Every rapper ever is the next one.
If a rapper looks like me, then chances are that I don't want to hear it. I got tattoos on my face, but I don't mumble lyrics. I hate to judge someone I never met by their appearance, but these rainbow-haired dummies fucking incoherent. At least I clean my act up before I started rapping. Half these artists are still addicts, popping Xanax in their mansions. I ain't comfortable with glorifying pills that I needed, or romanticizing demons I already defeated. I can't rap about the guns, drugs, booty, and gangs. I feel responsible for leading people into their graves. I understand I can't abuse none of the power I'm giving. My influence could put a stupid kid into prison. Rappers preach about respect, they only care about their checkbook. Rappers just pretend about giving back and being helpful. They don't care when things they said affect the kid who gets killed. Your music left somebody dead, that's pretty...
Checkbook helpful? How does that even rhyme? He's got the rapping skills, man. You can say what you want about Tom, but I think he's a great rapper. Say what you want. Say what you want.
And helpful. They don't care when things they said affect the kid who gets killed. Your music left somebody dead. That's pretty disrespectful. What happened to hip-hop? Everything switched up. Now it's shoot a gun, fuck a bitch, pop pills. It was Biggie and Tupac, then Eminem, Snoop Dogg. Now it's little idiots and none of them real. What happened to hip-hop? Everything switched up. The fans overdose and the rappers get killed. Look stupid on TikTok and Twitter and shit talk. All these little idiots and none of them real. Every rapper ever wants a chain and to make mills. Claim they really ballin' in they videos with fake bills. Every fan on Instagram thinks everything they say is real. These rappers capping, they can't pay bills. They either selling you some liquor or they're selling you sex. They're faker than a punch in WWF. They claim their life is great, but I can see it, they stressed. Leaving the crib with security and bulletproof vests. And all the asses in their videos are clever distractions. Keep your eyes on the women and you forget about the rapper. The music's fucking trash, but the booties get fatter, and that's a substitute for having any actual talent. Rappers.
That dude. If you guys watch my reactions that I do, even other artists, I say this on a consistent basis. I'm consistent as crap with this. It's not that I don't like looking at the booty. Okay, I'm a dude. But it kind of takes away from the artistry and the song in itself when you feel like you have to parade the booty around. And I'm not saying everybody that parades the booty around is a bad artist. That's not the case. I'm just saying you don't need to do that because it takes away from the actual artistry. And I am consistent with this. I've said this 100 times in my reactions. I appreciate artists that don't parade the booty around. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, it's not needed. We need to focus on the artistry and the song and the meaning, unless the meaning has something to do with booty, of course. No, I'm just joking. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary because it really takes away from the song itself. And I think what he's saying here is a lot of rappers do that because they want to take away from the song because their skills are sad. Tom is speaking facts. I've felt that way for a very, very long time.
Preach about respect and only care about their checkbook. Music videos are just commercials, get your bread took. Buy the clothes to make us cool, do drugs until we get hooked. Go broke, then overdose and die, that's pretty disrespectful. What happened to hip-hop? Everything switched up. Now it's shoot a gun, fuck a bitch, pop pills. It was Biggie and Tupac, then Eminem, Snoop Dogg. Now it's little idiots and none of them real. What happened to hip-hop? Everything switched up. The fans overdose and the rappers get killed. Look stupid on TikTok.
Even women artists, you know, I'll be the first to tell you they look great. But I kind of lose a little bit of respect for them if they have to, you know, come out in something skimpy, you know, showing it all. And it really takes away from what they're really trying to sell is, and that's their music. You know, if you feel like you have to do that to sell your music, are you really good?
Shit talk, all these little idiots and none of them real. Every rapper ever wants a house and a car. They want your money, they don't care about what their messages are. Every rapper ever wants a grill and a chain. They want your money, they don't care if they put you in a grave. The culture we grew up on came from hardship and passion, but now it's like a sideshow attraction. My worst fear is having kids and trying to give them an answer. When they ask me, Dad, when I grow up, can I be a rapper?
Oh my God.
What happened to hip-hop? Everything switched up. Now it's shoot a gun, fuck a bitch, pop pills. It was Biggie and Tupac, then Eminem, Snoop Dogg. Now it's little idiots
right. And that is really, you know, that is an interesting topic in itself. What are you promoting? You know, you're not promoting artistry. You are basically, he says, when I worry about having kids and them coming up to me and saying, Dad, I want to be a rapper. And what he knows what his child is saying. because of all the booty and the money and all of the glam that these rappers are portraying to have when they really don't have that. And so what are we doing to our society? What are we doing to, our youth? And, are we, creating our own, I'm talking about the mind virus. Are we kind of doing it to ourselves here? Within the rap industry? I do believe music has there is a lot of evil things that go on in a lot of the artists, and I try to police myself. I don't always get it right, and I get, sometimes I'm following artists, I'm like, that doesn't kind of fit with me, and then all of a sudden I'll just stop reacting to them. There's usually something that I saw that I didn't like, and I'll let most things slide, but it's, if I start seeing some kind of evil tendencies where they're cruelty, evil things, a little fun every now and then, don't have a problem with that. But if it's like an obsessive thing that is 100% the rapper's focus, then it's not that they're doing it, it's just that that's all that they can, I just feel like they're nothing, like if you're talking about a woman's backside 90% of the time, you're really, to me, you're just kind of, you're not a good rapper.
What happened to hip-hop? Everything switched up. The fans overdose and the rappers get killed. Look stupid on TikTok and Twitter and shit talk. All these little idiots and none of them real.
Us Against the World is the next one, and you're degrading to women. That's my opinion.
They can try to shut us up, try to cut us down. Ain't no army that is gonna stop us now. Try to lock us up, try to smoke us out. Ain't no ocean big enough for us to drown. I ain't stopping till the cops come out. I ain't stopping till we run this town. I ain't stopping till I'm in the ground. Got a shotgun, riding shotgun, blow. We are the problem, we are the wrenches inside of the system. We are the ones who they're trying to control every day, and we're also the ones who won't listen. We are the black, we are the white, we are the atheists, we are the Christians. We are the ones who aren't fooled by the news and the words that they use every night coming through televisions. It's a revolution. I would rather die by electrocution than let them silence us or let them lie to us for one more day. This is retribution. Let them hate if they want to hate. Trust them, I say what I want to say. I ain't gonna fake it or run away. Face it, I'm unafraid. Take it on the chin like a man with his judgment day. We're the underdogs, we're the challengers on our worst behavior. We're the renegades, we're the vagabonds, we're our generation. We're the counterculture, we're the underground. Don't know what to tell you. Label us as your enemy, but we're the rebellion. Try to kill us all, try to bleed us dry. Try to wage a war that we will not survive. Try to hold us back, try to dim the light. We will rise against, they won't last the night. I ain't stopping till I'm in my grave. I ain't stopping if they drive in tanks. I ain't stopping till I'm in their face. Got a shotgun, riding shotgun, bang. We are the rebels, we are the glitches inside of the matrix. We are the ones who decided to stand up and fight for the right to say we ain't gonna take it. We are the people, we are the places, we are the heroes, we are the faces. We're the attitude that happens after you try to attack the truth and do damage for ages. It's an evolution, we don't bow down for any human. I'd rather die than go on living life like a pawn for the people who think that we're stupid. Let them talk if they wanna talk. I ain't gonna stop till I wanna stop. I ain't gonna drop when they take a shot, cock back and aim at y'all. Pop off the top of grenades, I ain't playing y'all. We're the underdogs, we're the challengers on our worst behavior.
So inspirational.
We're the renegades, we're the vagabonds, we're our generation. We're the counterculture, we're the underground, don't know what to tell you. Label us as your enemy, but we're the rebellion.
I love that. I love that.
smell the sulfur in the sky, but
that guitar in the background just killing me.
Soldier's eye, and we didn't come to lose the fight.
This might be close to number one here.
From the ashes we will rise.
I love this one.
Till I die, I'll fight for us. And I will hold you up.
This was so inspirational, man. It's very motivating. It's actually a very positive song.
I'll fight for us.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one's going to be, I've kind of got an idea of what my number one is so far. I've got 3 down for the top 5, and I have some honorable mentions. So far on my top 5, I have Still the One, Burnt Flag, and Us Against the World. Those are my 3 favorites so far that I've heard. The honorable mention, I have Underdogs, Hatred, Bite My Tongue. I really like that one. And that's it for the honorable mentions. And then the next one's called, what is it? Spilt Milk. So here we go. Really been enjoying my time doing this. I hope you guys have been doing it too. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's really I've been having a lot of fun. This is a grind though. This is a brutal this might be my longest reaction I've ever done. This is crazy. Number 15. Here we go. Spilt Milk.
I've been broke for most of my life. I spent my money on liquor, worked on the oil rigs for years, and I developed addictions. I had roaches in my living room and mice in my kitchen. I crashed my car in a ditch, running from cops in the winter. Me and my dad had moved away from both my mom and my sister to build a life for the family we wouldn't have if we didn't.
I like
Hitting
story
garage sales
stuff.
and furnishing the basement we lived in. So I ain't never trying to hear about white privilege. Me and my daddy shared a room and an air mattress before. It would deflate while we slept. We both wake up on the floor. I got bullied bad at school and they suspended me for telling kids my dad would shoot him. I couldn't take it no more. One of my very best friends got shot and killed by the pigs, and I will never forget him. I put his name in my skin. I got my ex-girl pregnant. Guess you know what she did. Cause I'm 32, ain't got no kid.
Oh my gosh,
We don't need to cry over spilled milk, even though sometimes I still will. Big boys don't cry. I made mountains out of molehills. I became a man in the oil fields. Big boys don't cry.
hold on. Wow, dude. Okay. Ow.
Yo, I had a lot of girlfriends, but they were never stable. I was always too wasted and I was everything but faithful. Couldn't keep a job for long enough to keep my plate full. Put a blanket on a cardboard box, that was my table. I remember when my dog died, the little things that stick with me. Dad working in Alaska, me and mama in between, trying to make the best of it. We went and bought a Christmas tree and wrapped it in extension cords to straighten out the way it leaned. Lonely and embarrassed, losing most of my friendships. I put my fist through the wall when I was trying to express it. I felt crazy, I felt ugly, I felt stupid, pathetic. But looking back, I know the truth. Anxiety and depression. Me and my sister fought like cats and dogs, and I don't know why. She got the chicken pox inside her brain, and she almost died. At the hospital, the doctor gave her a shot in the spine. I heard her scream from down the hall. That's still the hardest I've cried.
Oh my gosh, man.
We don't need to cry over spilled milk, even though sometimes I still will. Big boys don't cry. I made mountains out of molehills. I became a man in the oil fields. Big boys don't cry.
I was a wrestler before I was an artist. Was practically the best in Canada when I departed. It was my light in the darkness when life had gotten the hardest, man. Thank God for Stone Cold Steve Austin. I remember swinging hammers, building houses, couldn't hack it, man. The best part of working in construction was the drugs that my bosses had. My homie overdosed and I mixed oxy with a Tramazet and woke up in the back of an ambulance. I love you, Glenn. Rappers where I lived were never nice, they non-believers. They never showed me love and I bought holiday t-shirts. These days I wouldn't wave if I saw them in the bleachers. Why you think I ain't doing no features? Fuck everyone. I screamed and yelled and fought against my parents. I was careless. Tom MacDonald as a teenager? Fuck, I'm embarrassed. All the wrongs and the hurt, the mistakes that I still feel. They ain't nothing but some spilled milk.
We don't need to cry over spilled milk, even though sometimes I still will. Big boys don't cry. I made mountains out of molehills. I became a man in the oil fields. Big boys don't cry.
Wow. You know, I was going to stop that 2 or 3 times, but I decided not to. That really kind of spoke for itself. There wasn't a lot of technical stuff going on, and there was some, but the thing what made that impactful was he was talking about his life, and you get a little insight into who Tom is. And I've heard some of this before in some of his other songs, but the vulnerable state that he was in delivering this song, and just getting that little insight into his life, and the relatability factor, and you know, there's lots of similarities. You know, each of us, I think, probably could pull something out of that song that was similar, and I think Tom knows that. I think he knows that. There's so many people that have the stuff that he was rattling off in there. That happened in his life. There are so many people that probably had at least something pretty close to, you know, what some of the things that he was saying in there. And so you connect with that song. That was my favorite so far. If I had to go right now, we're on, what is this? That was 15. We got 4 more. That's number 1 right now. Yeah. And it's tough. That was good. That was really good. Oh, I thought this was that propaganda one with, didn't he do one that was called Propaganda?
First of all, shout out everyone the government can't control. The paper or Facebook or breaking news on the radio. These platforms are becoming propaganda machines. They promote what they believe in or disagree and delete. It's for the safety of the people. I got issues with that. Why? Go look it up on Google because Hitler said that. I ain't speaking my mind, I got social media tripping. If I got freedom of speech, y'all got the right to not listen. They think censoring the right wing's the right thing to do, cause the owners of the platforms have left-wing views. I'm not Republican or liberal, I'm searching for the truth, and they're not giving us a choice. The information been removed.
I wish they'd tell us why there is something in the sky, not just tell us that we're fine while they paint hell as paradise.
Don't believe the lies the TV tells you every night, and don't believe the hype cause they want everybody blind.
You know, I love this one. You know, this one's right up my alley too. I want to ring the bell on this, but I've only got one more slot for the top 5. Yeah. You know, they keep stuff from us, and they make you feel like you're an idiot sometimes because you fall for it. I'm so tired of hearing about aliens. I want to puke. And this has been going on this whole, you guys can probably guess how I kind of vote on a lot of things, but I mean, come on, dude. This last year, every single week, there's something that's going on, and it's propaganda out the kazoo, and it's like you got fatigue coming out the backside because you can't even function. You can't even contemplate what has happened because, you know, the next news cycle, there's something else that's happened. And then not only that, but then you've got people who are using what the propaganda that has been dropped, using that for re-election purposes and things of that nature. So they're, it's turning into this complete, drumbeat of chaos that is just never ending. And I'm so tired of it. My fatigue factor is like, yeah, the propaganda I'm done. And as I get older, I notice propaganda much easier. A lot of people don't, but I do, because I've experienced it over and over and over and over again. I've been around since the Jimmy Carter days. Propaganda. The wars start, propaganda. So it never ends. It never ends.
Can't be a brick inside your wall, and I can't be a number by default. Shout out everyone who's trying to make sense of it. They report fake news and then they hide all the evidence.
Right.
Shout out my Trump fans, they treat it as criminals, cause the internet's primarily controlled by the liberals. We get one perspective, the rest neglected. Suppress expression, we're not respected, don't get represented. Censoring the truth is like what lynching is to justice. You're deciding what's acceptable for us before it's public. That's not caring for our safety, that's perpetuating narratives. You're scared because information makes my generation dangerous. Manipulating global points of view, this shit is mind control. Selectively presenting me with facts so my design is flawed.
Out of my head. There is something in the sky. Not just tell us that we're fine. Well, they paint hell as paradise.
And what's scary too, they just literally come out and say stuff now. I saw one a few months ago. This politician was saying stuff like, if you are a Trump supporter, and it doesn't matter to me who you support, but they were saying stuff, even if it was the other side. If you are a Trump supporter, then the minute we get into power, we are going to basically rain down hell on you. This is where we're at. And then the sad thing is, we've been talking about this the whole time, this whole reaction thing here. People will vote for that person in because of the hate. Remember the hatred song that he just did a couple times ago? Yeah. We shouldn't have, if a politician comes out and says, well, the moment we get in power, we're going to come down on the other side that voted against us and just rain hell down on them, and basically, hellfire, brimstone, and, just take their whole lives away from them. That's literally what the politician was saying. And I'm not even joking. I swear to you on my life, that's what he was saying. I don't remember if it was Adam Schiff or one of those guys in there that was saying that kind of stuff. And it's like, dude, this is where we are. And like you said, people will vote them in because they hate the other side, and then they will do, devious and nasty things to the people who disagree with them. And then, the people that voted them in will be cheering for it the whole time. And look at the world that we live in. This is where we live.
Don't believe the lies the TV tells you every night, and don't believe the hype, cause they want everybody blind. I can't be a...
And one more thing before, not one more thing. I can't guarantee that. Today, my phone's just been exploding. I have a lot of military friends. Okay. Some of you guys know this. There was a couple down pilots. F-15 was shot down or something like that in Iran. And they got one of the pilots back. He survived. The other pilot is in, I think he found refuge in someone's home, and that person, the family's protecting them. The United States government has identified where they're at, and they're trying to get to him. But if you go on X or any of these social media platforms, the propaganda is, friends are blowing up my phone, sending me videos, and, I use Grok as AI to kind of verify stuff sometimes. And I'm saying, hey, Grok, is this real? And Grok says, no, this is from 1991 in Desert Storm, such and such happened. And this is a picture from that. And it's like, the propaganda is next level. And unfortunately, it looks real. It looks real. I'm looking at the video. Everything looks real. They got the headline and the video. I guarantee you there are people believing that crap. I guarantee it. It says something like the Iranians have captured the second pilot and they're torturing him. And then they show some guy that's sitting in a chair with a hood on him. And people are going, oh my God. And then they're going to hate Trump. They want, the goal is to hate Trump. Okay. Or hate some side of politician that has, wanted the war. And it's just propaganda, and it's just lies and deceit, and people, they're not, I'm not trying to hate on them or anything like that, but it's just like, bro, you have to, the current world that we live in with the artificial intelligence and the AI stuff, if you guys aren't wise to it, you better get wise to it real quick. I work in a corporation. The corporation propagandizes things. It's just non-stop with the AI. The AI is going to make propaganda that we are getting today and the last 10 years look like child's play, because they literally are going to be able to take a picture of, let's just say Trump. A lot of people hate Trump. They're going to take a picture of Trump. They're going to run it. I can do this right now. They're going to run it through a good AI system, create a video of Trump, molesting a child, or Trump robbing a bank or doing something. And then they're going to post out, Trump was found robbing a bank. And then, even if it comes to find out that that was a fake, a lot of people realize, oh, that was AI. There's going to be a lot of people that don't. And the propaganda right now is going to be, I don't know what we're going to do, but it basically, the only way that we can combat the propaganda at the level that it is right now and in the future is for people to get out of their tribal mentality and get out of their current mindset where the left and the right and all these little combative battle things that are going on, and realize that they're doing that. The people in power and the elites that are in power are doing all of this to control us. If people do not come to grips with that, then we are going to be in a situation, civil war type environment. If it doesn't, people cannot understand what is happening in our society. It's bad enough with the headlines stuff in the media, the mainstream media. But now with the AI, you could literally create a video of someone doing something, heinous, and get, 70 to 80% of the public believing it. Yeah. The propaganda stuff's crazy.
A break inside your wall, and I can't be a number by default.
The truth don't hurt as bad as darkness. The facts will light the way. The fire won't burn unless we spark it. So light those flames today. Leave the couch in your apartment and keep both your hands raised. Or end the war their lies have started when everyone's awake.
Don't believe the lies the TV tells you every night, and don't believe the hype, 'cause they want everybody blind. I can't be a brick inside your wall, and I can't be a number by default.
Propaganda. The next one's called Just Like Me. Practice discernment, people. Practice discernment. That's the only way we're going to survive. Discernment. Don't let these people control your mind.
They say I'm controversial cause I found a way to break through, and I'm only offensive cause it pays a lot to chase views. If you don't like the message, then it's obvious you hate truth, that you have an obsession with the fake news.
How you have the nerve to say I'm pandering to get paid when every single headline in the news is some clickbait? The whole world's fighting for attention, it's a sick game. Popular opinions keep your business and your kids safe. You got an issue cause my music is political, and I don't always have the same point of view as the liberals. Hate me cause I'm different, you're progressive, I'm traditional. You guys are all the same, so you...
Well, liberals means is way different than what it used to mean. You know, used to liberalism was basically what conservatism is right now. You know, you do have the far right, but I mean, I know people don't want to hear this, but Trump's a moderate. Most people voted for Trump because he's a moderate. Trump is not a Republican. I mean, he says Republican, he's on the Republican side, but he's not a Republican. Trump's a moderate. I mean, every stance that he has is moderate. Republicans are way more right than what Trump is. And the left people have just jumped off the cliff. I don't know what has happened with the liberal left, but, you know, they're just committing suicide. They're leaping off the cliff because, I mean, the nonsense that they're doing and the extreme ways that they are handling, you know, their ideology is just insanity. It's just pure insanity. You can't support them. If you have any kind of rational mind, you cannot support them because they are just not sane at the moment. They are not making decisions based on rationale. They're making decisions based on hate because they hate Donald Trump. It's true. And you know that. You know that every decision that the left is making is because of the demonization of Donald Trump. They're not making it on what's better for our society or better for the left or the right. They're making it because Donald Trump. Everything that comes out of their mouth, everything that they do is Donald Trump. And it's unfortunate because, you know, the United States could be so much better than what it is if we just could kind of get a clue. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying you got to get a clue to the tactics that are being used on us.
Hate the individuals. You're angry cause I made a couple records about race, and I dropped a couple lines about feminism and gays. You got a problem with songs about social issues we face, but you think songs about killing and popping pills are okay. I don't give a damn, this is who I am. Blood on my shirt, middle fingers on my hands. I will never be someone who just agrees. A million motherfuckers feel just like me. I don't give a damn, this is who I am. Blood on my shirt, middle fingers on my hands. I will never be someone who just agrees. A million motherfuckers feel just like me. I never signed to labels, I make records they can't handle. For people who reject the whole culture of getting canceled. They mad and try to say I'm a gimmick and not a rapper. Then what you stick around for? Change the fucking channel. Right. The same people crying about the music I write are the people telling you it ain't okay to be white. Well, I'm a famous white rapper, and if you are surprised that they don't like me, then you're stupid. You are out of your mind. I don't trigger you on purpose. The things that I said are an ordinary person's thoughts in his head. I'm not trying to leave you hurting or trying to offend. I'm just saying how I feel. I ain't politically correct. I am uncensored. Short-tempered, I explode. Half the world don't like me. The planet can't take a joke. I just make records, rhyming words in my phone. If I'm trolling you, you're falling for it, claiming you're woke. I don't give a damn. This is who I am. Blood on my shirt, middle fingers on my hands. I will never be someone who just agrees. A million motherfuckers feel just like me. I don't give a damn. This is who I am. Blood on my shirt, middle fingers on my hands. I will never be someone who just agrees. A million motherfuckers feel just like me. I think it's fucked up. Just between me and you, we get labeled controversial cause we're speaking the truth. I remember back when liars were the worst of the group. Catch them speaking on some bullshit and knock out their tooth. These days it's like we're going extinct. Trying to wipe us off the planet cause they hate what we think. It ain't just, it ain't fair, we need to strengthen our links. Then stare them in the eyes until they blink.
That's correct.
I don't give a damn, this is who I am. Blood on my shirt, middle fingers on my hands.
It's like I was saying at the beginning. Again, we're going back to my introduction. The goal is to bring in Marxism and communism and control the our society. That is the ultimate goal. You know, when you hear people talking about, you know, equity, The only way to achieve equity is through communism and Marxism. That is the only way. Everything cannot be equal unless you live in a communist Marxist society. And what he's saying right here, that is why all of this is happening, because that is the ultimate goal. Communism, Marxism. The Supreme Court just had a case with birthright citizenship. I don't know if you guys caught this or not. This might not be interesting to you, but it kind of goes along with what he's talking about right here. And a lot of you don't know this, but things are happening. The Chinese, there is a big, we talk about slavery and things of that nature, but there's a big scheme going on. The Chinese literally, and other communist countries, send pregnant women over here, or women to have children. They have the child on American soil. They get the birthright citizenship. Then they take the child and they ship them back over, and the mother, and then they go back to China. Okay. And they raise them in the communist culture. And then this child comes back over here, basically his mentality is a full-fledged communist, but he is an American citizen. This is a million, well, more than million. I would probably say it's in the billions of dollar industry that's going on. And the Supreme Court basically said, well, we can't do nothing about that. Birthright citizenship is the law of the land. But there's things going on like that are going to destroy this country and make it a communist country, because what's going to happen is that communist person that went over to China and then came back over here to the United States, who's basically a communist because they grew up in that mentality, is going to run for public office. And he's going to, preach equity. Think about this. He's going to preach equity. The young people who are struggling and not making it, can't buy a house, can't do all that. They're going to want that because they want to be able to, have what other people have. And they're going to vote these communist people in power. And lo and behold, the United States of America will turn into a communist country. If you think I'm wrong, I'm speaking 1,000,000% facts. Look it up. That is what's going on right now. That is what Tom is kind of talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Like I said, I really feel a kinship to him right now. But the ultimate goal is to create a communist America.
I will never be someone who just agrees. A million motherfuckers feel just like me. I don't give a damn. This is who I am. Blood on my shirt, middle fingers on my hands. I will never be someone who just agrees. A million motherfuckers feel just like me.
Think about it. Great song, Just Like Me. I'm not going to ring the bell. I'm not telling you which one on this last one, because I already got 4. You guys know that. I'm not telling you which one on the last one. I'm going to keep you guessing.
It's a long, long road where I'm at. All the lights don't glow where I'm at.
I cannot be nice.
Won't go where I have. Till I'm a ghost, I'ma go for the bag. I'm fighting monsters in my head. I'm lighting all my cigarettes. I'm sliding every time there's threats. I know they wanna see me dead till they dead, yeah. Get the bread, yeah. Lay in bed, yeah. Take my meds, yeah. Send a text to see if we still friends, yeah. Fuck the feds, yeah. Till the end, yeah. Wonder if the homies got my message. Probably send the text again, yeah. Hollywood promises, pray to God for some honesty. It's all drama and problems and platinum coffins for prodigies. We got skeleton closets, garages steadily filled. It's Hollywood forever till it's Beverly Hills. If you don't pay the price, you don't live this life, yeah, yeah. Back is full of knives, I don't sleep at night, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
If you close your eyes, that's how people die, yeah, yeah. I cannot be nice, I cannot be nice, yeah, yeah. If you don't pay the price, you don't live this life, yeah, yeah. Back is full of knives, I don't sleep at night, yeah, yeah. If you close your eyes, that's how people die, yeah, yeah. I cannot be nice, I cannot be nice, yeah, yeah. It's a cold, cold world where I'm at. It's everyone I know who been putting on an act.
This is real nice.
On the low, low, shipping hella whack. Sell your soul for a couple $100 racks. I'm hiding underneath my bed. I'm finding things that I regret. I'm dying deep inside my chest. I know they wanna see me dead till they dead, yeah. All the stress, yeah, shit a mess, yeah. Tryna flex, yeah. Enemies I never even met, yeah. I need rest, yeah. I'm a wreck, yeah. What the heck? Bulletproof to Gucci and I put it on my chest, yeah. Hollywood promises, I swear nothing is real. Think I'm numb to it, honestly. When they touch, I don't feel. It's all gossip and parties, designer clothes, popping pills. You know it's Hollywood forever till it's Beverly Hills. If you don't pay the price, you don't live this life, yeah, yeah. Back is full of knives, I don't sleep at night, yeah. If you close your eyes, that's how people die, yeah. I cannot be nice, I cannot be nice, yeah. If you don't pay the price, you don't live this life, yeah. Back is full of knives, I don't sleep at night, yeah. If you close your eyes, that's how people die, yeah. I cannot be nice, I cannot be nice, yeah. You cannot be saved by the money and the fame. Put your money in a safe, keep your body out the grave. Keep your focus on the paper, keep a camera on the gate. Keep your finger on the trigger just in case. Pew, pew. If you don't pay the price, you don't live this life, yeah. Back is full of knives, I don't sleep at night, yeah. If you close your eyes, that's how people die, yeah. I cannot be nice, I cannot be nice, yeah. If you don't pay the price, you don't live this life, yeah. Back is full of knives, I don't sleep at night, yeah. If you close your eyes, that's how people die, yeah. I cannot be nice, I cannot be nice, yeah.
Number 19, folks. Number 19. I haven't rang this bell because I'm going to get you right at the end. Flowers. Number 19. Here we go. This is a great album.
I used to wake up and pour a drink, smoke till I couldn't think. Broke 1,000 hearts, never regret anything. I took a pill so I could smile and took a shot so I could sleep. And I would walk 1,000 miles just to pretend that I could leave. And I turned my life around, but it don't matter what I've done. I bought a beat from Eminem, I got like 60 number ones. I was praised on television once by President Trump, but they don't see the man I am, just who I was. Cause I got roots running deep, back to who I used to be. I grew a garden full of thorns, but hey, that's me. So I'ma give myself flowers, cause I know the world won't. I'm picking daisies for hours to remind myself I'm dope.
Ooh, this is deep.
And I'ma give myself some orchids, and I'ma give myself a rose. And everyone else can kiss my ass, got a bouquet of mistletoe. I'ma give myself flowers. I'ma give myself flowers. I used to wake up and smoke weed, yelling fuck the police. Cold beer and cigarettes and nothing for groceries. Took ye so I could smile and vodka night with a sleep. And I would walk 1,000 miles just to pretend that I could leave. And I turned my life around, but it don't matter what I've done. I bought a Porsche for my dad and I retired my mom. Became the biggest independent artist there ever was. But they don't see the man I am, and that's because I got roots running deep, back to who I used to be. I grew a garden full of thorns, but hey, that's me. So I'ma give myself flowers, cause I know the world won't. I'm picking daisies for hours to remind myself I'm dope. And I'ma give myself some orchids, and I'ma give myself a rose. And everyone else can kiss my ass, got a bouquet of mistletoe. I spent most my life working my hands to the bone. It'd be a nice surprise if they left some flowers at my door. Maybe I don't deserve it, I ain't worth it, I ain't perfect. So even if they don't, I'ma give my own. So I'ma give myself flowers, cause I know the world won't. I'm picking daisies for hours to remind myself I'm dope. And I'ma give myself some orchids, and I'ma give myself a rose. And everyone else can kiss my ass, got a bouquet of mistletoe. I'ma give myself flowers. I'ma give myself flowers.
Bravo. Bravo. That was one hell of a album. before we get to the top 5 and everything, I just want to say a couple things here. I know this was a long one, and you guys are probably tired of seeing my face and hearing me, but even though I'm kind of tired too, my eyes are getting droopy. This was brutal. I did stop halfway through. I had to go do a with the grandkids. I had to go do a Easter egg hunt, and that was a lot of fun. So I had a good time, and came back and finished her up. But it was brutal. This is what I've been doing all day. I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for the recommendations and pushing me towards doing things like this. It kind of makes me step out of my mold a little bit and kind of get to know you. And I know a lot of you are regulars, and I see your comments every day. You guys are the best. You're so kind and polite to me, and I really appreciate all of that. And Tom is just one heck of an artist. I've always appreciated him. You guys know this. I really, really do like what Tom is putting down, and I've always respected him. And I'm just very grateful at this moment that you guys are, the small amount of fans that I do have. I'm just very grateful for you. And I do recognize you guys when you post, and I might not always click the little thing down there, but I'm browsing through and reading what you're saying. So I do read your posts, good and bad. And when you guys make positive and constructive criticisms about me, I don't take it to heart. I'm not like that. And I'm very thankful that you feel the need to take a little bit of time out of your life and, tell me, hey, maybe don't talk as much or talk a little bit more or things like that, so that I can give you a better product on the channel and still kind of stay who I am, and without changing who I am, like Tom has so eloquently said on a lot of these songs. So without further ado, we got the bell. We got the bell, and these are my top 5. Now I'm going to go from 5 to 1, and I'm going to give you my reasoning. You might disagree with me, but that's okay. We all think differently about things. And I didn't ring the bell on the last one because I didn't want to give it away, because you guys knew I had 4. So this is my this is my top 5 favorites. This is my number 5. It's my least favorite in the top 5, but it's still a favorite, if you know what I'm saying. Number 5. Okay. Number 5, Just Like Me. Just Like Me was kind of a anthem for me. It's for people who feel like outsiders in the world. It's about refusing to conform to popular opinions and mainstream narratives. I just really, really enjoyed it. And I think Tom celebrates the millions of people who think differently than he does, but they speak their minds anyway. So I probably enjoyed that more maybe than what you guys did for personal reasons. But you are not alone, as the feeling that I got from that. And there's a lot of people who really feel that way. And I picked that as number 5 because of the authentic way that I felt when he was putting that down. So I really related to it. And so to me, Just Like Me was number 5. Great song. All of them were great, but Just Like Me was my number 5. Number 4 was Still the One. Still the One was a unapologetic declaration of staying real in a fake world. I like the way Tom positioned himself, that he hasn't changed or sold out, that he's still the same guy speaking the same truth. Even though he has many different faces, he's still the same guy. He's just showing you a different side of him. So I really enjoyed that. It reinforces Tom's loyalty and to his fans. And I really, really like that. And it's a very motivational song. So Still the One was number 4. Number 3, Number 3, we're getting down here, was Us Against the World. This one, I really felt like it was a defiant thing. You know, I really like that. It's for the quiet people, though, you know, the silent majority, the patriots, the rebels, the everyday people who feel, you know, pushed to the limit by the government, their loss of freedoms, their, you know, the cultural attacks. But the core message was basically unity. I love that in a musician when they bring people together and they unify us. I kind of feel like that is one of Tom's strong points is unifying everybody to come together and really come to realizations that they maybe not have, you know, thought about before. It was an empowering type of song to me. A lot of patriotism, and you know, it kind of spoke to me in a lot of ways, you know, especially when it comes to the idea of fighting back for what's right. So that's why I picked Us Against the World, number 3. That was one of, I know that was a different type of song, but that one just really spoke to me. All of these songs spoke to me. And so, but that one was just excellent. And I just really, all these are going on my playlist. Now, number 2, there's probably not going to be any surprise on this one. You guys probably saw how I reacted to it, was Burnt Flags. I am you know, I've served in the service, and I have a different, you know, my introduction, I spoke about the flag and how I feel like people are trying to make the American flag be evil. And I felt like this song was extremely intense patriotism, is the best way that I could describe it. It spoke about people burning the flag, which is their right, but you know, I don't really think sometimes that they really realize what they're doing. And I think Tom drew a hard line on this, that if you hate America so much, then you could just leave. You know, I think he didn't say that, I don't believe, in the song, but that's kind of what he was hinting at. And then he says, if you burn a flag in front of him, you know, it ain't going to end very well. And, you know, I don't know if I would do anything to harm somebody for burning a flag, but I definitely would be disappointed in their lack of intelligence and their inability to really look at the big picture and to see the propaganda that's being perpetrated upon them, and you know, their inability to overcome that. So that would probably be my, you know, I wouldn't attack them, but that would probably be, you know, it would be more of an emotional thing with me. I was in the service, and, you know, I do respect people's right to burn the flag, but I do not like it. I think it's pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. But I like the way that Tom, in this song, he really showed his loyalty to the country. And I know he's from Canada. And I felt like he was very aggressive and protective of the country that he loves. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, that meant a lot to me. Give me a second here. Sorry. Okay, number 1 is, I think you guys probably saw how I reacted to this, was Spilt Milk. This was the best to me. This was the best. It was close with the Burnt Flag. It was really, really close. I wasn't sure, but Spilt Milk was my favorite. It was a very personal song to me, and emotional. You guys know how I'm down with that. It dealt with a lot of regret that Tom has, and a lot of past mistakes that he made, a lot of heartbreak, bad decisions that he made. the line about the getting his ex-girlfriend pregnant and, you know, the abortion thing, that really hit me hard. That hit me like a ton of bricks. I have been married before, and I had a very similar circumstance, and it was something that I had no knowledge about, but until after the fact. And so, yeah, that was pretty brutally impactful to me. You know, I had no say so. So as a father, and that's why I am a family man, and I love my children and grandchildren, and you know, I can't even fathom not having them because someone, you know, wanted to get rid of them, and I just that was just super impactful to me. And I really appreciated the fact that he spoke about things like, instead of staying stuck in the mess that you're in, that there is redemption, there's growth, there's moving forward. You know, no matter how dark your history is, no matter what kind of things that you have done, and no matter how bad you've messed up, you can still change. You can get better. You can keep going. The song was just uber inspiring to me, and I really, probably out of all the songs that I've ever heard from Tom MacDonald, Spilt Milk was my favorite. It was just inspirational, and I love the way he spoke about recovery and dealing with life's regrets. It was just super connecting with me. So that is my 5. The honorable mentions, I'm not going to get into a description on them, but I loved Underdogs. I loved Hatred. Hatred was really, really good for me. Very clever the way he did that one. Bite My Tongue, that one was super close in my top 5 also, because of the technical stuff that was going on in there. I liked the way he delivered that. It was next level to me. And that just really that was really, really nice. I really enjoyed that. The Underdogs one, it was a little bit slower, but I just really liked the way he delivered that too. And sometimes I like those slower ones because you can really kind of take a little bit more time and think about what they're actually saying, and really, instead of the technical side about it, just the absorption of what they're trying to get across. I really, really like the Underdogs one also. So those are my honorable mentions. All of them were great. All of them were fantastic. This is a great album. Please go purchase it on the digital download. I'm sure Tom will appreciate that. And before I leave, I'll say one more time, I am eternally grateful to all of you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I know this was a long one, but you get to know me a little bit. I get to know you a little bit, especially when you post stuff down below. Don't hesitate to post. Tell me what your top 5 are. Tell me what your top 5 are. Put that down below, please. I'm going to put that in the comment thing up top. So put what's your top 5. But thank you so much. You guys are the best. Thank you for following me. I'm just having a blast doing this. I'm kind of coming back into my reaction stuff. I just had a new grandchild, our first boy. So we have been preoccupied with all that, helping my oldest daughter out with, you know, she has other kids too. So we've been watching the kids and kind of doing things that families do to kind of support the new mother. You know, it's a little bit harder when you got other kids. And so we've been doing that, taking vacations and stuff like that. So I've been kind of away for a little while, but I'm back. I'm sitting in the seat, and I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. You guys have a great evening. Don't forget to be kind to one another. Peace.